the police are going to get brand new uniforms. In case you missed it, here's the tip.
I'm also confident that, as I said before, we will engage the police men and women so that we can have an appropriate uniform. I know that has been agreed upon. What is awaiting now is for us to roll out and make sure that we kit our policemen and women with uniform that gives them an inspiration to work and to go.
Now the main question is this: why do we need new uniforms? Why now, when there are other pressing matters to be addressed? That's what I want us to look into in this video, and with no further ado, let's get after it. Now, first up, this issue of police uniforms is not new. It started back in the day during Uhuru Kenyatta's regime, where allegedly the Ruto camp was pushing to get the tender so that they could make some money out of the new uniforms. But Matiang'i stood firm and blocked that transaction. So I suspect someone somewhere is busy looking to re-secure this tender, a classic case of tumbocracy, if you will. And just to shed light into what I'm referring to, here's Matiang'i a little over 4 years ago tackling the same issue. Roll the tape.
Why would the government put budget resources to revive Rivertex and provide jobs in Eldoret? Then we proceed like fools the following day to import police uniforms from Turkey or from China or from wherever. We have already paid. We are making uniform for our police, and take it to the bank from me. We will not import uniform. No amount of pressure, manipulation or anything will change that position. That style of life has come to an end in Kenya. It has come to an end, and no one is going to live that way. Our uniforms will be made. We have 600 tailors at NYS and huge teams at NYS that are working on this. We'll make the uniforms for our forces in Kenya, create jobs for our people in Kenya, allow manufacturers in Kenya to supply government agencies. Sasa wewe na wakora wako mahali mlikubaliana mtanunua uniform, utaenda uwaeleze hivi, hatutanunua uniform kutoka kwingine. It's as simple as that, and you can write as many headlines as you want. We will not change that position. Na tuwache kudanganyana hapa. Hii ujeuri must come to an end in this country. Hii sasa unaenda huko, we will not do this kind of silly things that people have done over the years and try to mess up our country. We will ensure that everything that we need, that we can get in the country, we get it here. That is how we grow our industry. That's how we support our cotton farmers. That's how we support the manufacturing sector. The private sector understands what we are.
So it could be that police officers are just being used by someone somewhere to get a big payday. Now, the second reason why the police are receiving new uniforms is to allegedly inspire them and help them move forward. This is, of course, the exact words that the president used. I've not misquoted him on that. However, I'd reckon there's a flaw in that reasoning. Police don't need new uniforms to feel motivated. They need better pay and better housing. And you don't even have to take my word for it. Just check out what Kenyans on X had to say about this whole uniform fiasco, and I quote. Mwatezi said, "The new ones zimeraruka ama itakuwa za Christmas." Todi said, "Their housing is so dilapidated. Stop the sideshows and build them a decent shelter." Danaki said, "Tenderpreneurs have won. Other presidents are working hard to change the lives of their citizens. Ruto worked really hard to change police uniform. Had to personally announce it. Achievement of the year 2024, I believe he's being sarcastic." Kirima said, "How many uniforms will the police have? Priorities, bwana. Will the police work better with new uniforms?" Your favorite aunt said, "Hey guys, enyewe hapa tulifumble a jab. This guy has no new ideas. He wants to outshine his predecessor. Yani zero fresh ideas." Ian Irungu said, "All these funds and officers currently deployed to Haiti are not getting paid. Great priorities, Mr. President." You know, this is true. This money going towards uniform, a small fraction of it would pay the officers in Haiti. So far, we have 20 who have resigned. Not necessarily resigned, but they've issued their resignation letters. They've not been accepted, so they're still in the combat zone, unpaid, unless that changed and we're not informed on the same. Dr. F. Francis said, "Will that make them respect human rights and treat protesters better? No, it won't. It does nothing to their training." Chemingos said, "Who is being awarded the tender to supply them?" Very good question. Freddie M said, "Expecting drastic changes and measures. Kumbe ni uniform ndo ina change. Reminds me President ni Ruto." Lawi Almighty Amolo said, "This will be the 6th time Ruto launches police uniform since when he was DP. That cash cow is very dear to him. Patriots, the thieving leader must be pushed over the edge. It's now. Hashtag Ruto must go. Hashtag Ruto must go now." Clearly a big hater of the president right there. Dugudichi said, "Another scheme of corruption in the pipeline that needs to be opposed in the strongest terms possible. Ruto never involves himself in anything without getting something out for himself. And finally, Aizo said this is the same deal that drew a rift between Kasongo and Matiang'i. He wanted to be given that contract to import the uniform. Guess he's determined kukula a uniform. Wizi in industrial scale loading. So the general feel out there in Kenya right now is that this issue of uniforms is just an avenue of corruption. And even if it's not an avenue of corruption, it is not the priority. This government seems to get the priorities very, very wrong. When the president said he paid 500 million as a bid for us to host the Grammys, that's where we lost the script. And even the uniforms is another railroading expenditure. Because why do we need uniforms right now? Doctors are not getting their good pay, which they deserve, especially the interns. Teachers were promised a salary increment, but they didn't receive it. Yet we are getting new uniforms. Now, for me, I would say the uniforms, we don't need new uniforms. We just need to fix the old ones. There's someone who suggested that all police uniforms should not have pockets. This pocket right here should go. The ones on the side and the back should go. You should only have your holster for the pingu and a holster for your Glock. If it's an automatic rifle, it automatically comes with a strap. You can put it on your shoulder. So, in other words, those are the kind of changes we want. Watu wasiweke hongo. And when you address Kenyans, you remove your hat so that kama hongo unaeka huku ijulikane. Those are the type of changes we might need. Na hiyo ni just a tailor. Every police officer is given a tailor. Every unit wanaambiwa go to that tailor. And you go deliver your uniform over the weekend, inashughulikiwa, and you're good to go. But getting new uniform is not a priority. Imagine getting new uniform and you're sleeping on the floor on a mattress. What would you rather have? Better even a bed to at least elevate your mattress. You can sleep comfortably at night. So at the end of the day, no one is buying this story of uniforms. It's just an avenue of corruption according to Kenyans, and it's not the priority. Their words, not mine, but if I'm to be honest, our thinking is not too far apart. Now do drop me your own comments in the comment section below. I'll do my best to read them and to give you a